What is up, you guys? Alright, I'm doing something I haven't done before, a smoked pork shoulder. This thing was frozen yesterday, so I basically sat on the counter overnight and I basically let it get as thawed out as I could, but now I'm going ahead and stick it on, so it might take a little bit longer than it traditionally should. I've read a lot of different recipes, a lot of different reviews, just to kind of get a general idea of what is kind of the best culmination of different techniques. As of right now, what I've done is I basically rubbed the whole thing in olive oil just to make sure that the dry rub adhered, and then I rubbed the whole thing down with Traeger's garlic and red pepper dry rub. I've used it on a couple different things and I've loved it so far, so I don't see this being any different. And then I stuck it on my Traeger, obviously, once it was all nice and clean. Preheated it to 245, which is what I'm going to be doing the first 4 hours for. And then I stuck my probe in, just like any other meat, the thickest part. And on this one, luckily, it was just below the bone. So, yeah, I'm going to basically come through, mist it probably every half hour with a combination of apple cider vinegar and apple juice just to keep it moist. And then I'm also going to throw in like a little metal pan with some water in it just to kind of keep it the moisture a little bit higher inside the smoker. I don't want this thing to dry out. But yeah, I'm really excited and I'm really looking forward to it. So I guess watch the process. So I forgot to mention in the last video, I'm smoking this whole thing with hickory smoke. I'm about to do my first spray. It's apple juice, apple cider, a little bit of whiskey, and water, and I put maybe about a tablespoon of sugar just to sweeten it up a little bit. And I'm just going to spritz the whole thing just to make sure everything stays all nice and moist on the outside. Make sure you keep an eye on your water through this whole process to make sure it's always staying full. Alright, so that should be good. I'll do it again another half hour. Alright, so I've had this guy on for about 5 hours, which is longer than what I wanted to actually do, but it took a while for my wife to get home to watch the kiddos so I can come out here and do this. I hit an internal temperature of 150 Fahrenheit. And I went ahead and I wrapped it with aluminum foil. And I'm going to go ahead and lower the temperature down to 225 Fahrenheit. This is called a Texas crutch, I believe. And it's basically just a way to get the meat over the hump, because there's a threshold that you hit where the meat doesn't want to basically continue to cook as everything starts to break down. If I had more time, the kiddo woke up at the same time as me, so I wasn't able to get this on the barbecue until about 12 o'clock. I don't want to be eating at 11 o'clock, so if I was able to start as early as I wanted to, I was going to go ahead and start it around like 8 or 9 and probably do a full probably 10-hour cook and leave it without the aluminum foil. But now it's already getting pretty late in the day and I got to get this thing finished, so I'll go ahead and do another video once we pull it off and start cutting into it. Alright, and now time for the big reveal.